And we approach our labor relations totally different than most of our counterparts in the labor room. We're all part of the same family, but we can only be successful when our contractors are successful and we provide a superior product for the client, ultimately the owner who spends the construction dollars. Demographics in our industry and huge capital outlays on new construction, particularly in petrochem, oil and gas, is going to require tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of skilled craft people.
Skill demands state-of-the-art training to ensure excellence. Training that is available only to America's premier workforce, members of America's building trades unions.
We spend $1 billion of our own money between us and our contractors every year on workforce development, on apprenticeship and journeyman upgrading, health and safety. On top of that, when you look at 1,300 training centers, when you put that together and you compare it, we would be the third largest public university system in the country.
Not only do we have the world's safest, best trained, highly skilled workforce in the world, that's the last thing that you get when you sign an agreement with the building trade. The majority of what we do is everything that you don't see behind the scenes. It's the legislative approach that we take, the regulatory engagement that we have, whether it's a town hall, a city council, a state government, or a federal government or federal agency, we are there every step of the way advocating.
One owner looking to build a world-class microchip fabrication plant in the Hudson Valley region of New York experienced firsthand the power and the benefits that can be realized through a partnership with America's building trades unions.
The Global Foundries project in upstate New York is the largest private-public partnership in history.
There was a $1 billion incentive offered by the state of New York to bring Global Foundries to Luther Forest in Malta, New York. The building trades played a key role because we were so involved and had such a strong political action program.
When we were going over the project, I met with the trades frequently. They knew what they wanted. They expressed it in a very clear way, and it was very easy to be part of a team. Elected officials, local town planning officials.
Many local officials, many local Chamber of Commerce people, the Saratoga Chamber of Commerce, and a very strong ally, the building trades.
We got to meet the owners at those planning and zoning board meetings, and they were just blown away by the sheer numbers of the people that we turned out.
There was 20 people there speaking against it. The building trades had 75 or 80 people speaking for it.
Even when there wasn't a client identified, even when this was just a hope and a dream for this area to have a facility like this, the trades were there front and center.
From our perspective, they have been a strategic partner on really all levels of government in voicing their opinion and helping people to understand the true value of that project.
The project currently is valued at $8 billion, with possible future construction estimated to double that. All of it is being built under a project labor agreement.
And a job of this magnitude and a job of this technical complexity would require a highly skilled workforce and large quantities of highly skilled workforce. The trades are the best source of that skill set.
We had a network of unions across the country where workers had worked in these types of factories. At its height, we had almost 1,900 workers here.
When we've seen hiccups in safety, they've been able to address it. And they've been very proactive in helping us to get the project on track when it has been off track and potentially costing tens of millions of dollars.
We finished the project ahead of schedule, but that's due to the performance of the trades.
Our relationship today is such that the building trades approach us and say, what can we do to provide training centers and training curriculum in advance of this curve to really help support the employer, to be that strategic competitive advantage.
We're spending $5 million on a new training center with a fully functional Class 100 clean room. There's not many in the area that have that.
And that really is a case in point, and in my view, really speaks to the value of this relationship.
And that relationship has only grown stronger over time.
Our companies are not organized. We don't deal with unions on an operational level traditionally. Our relationship has grown to the point that we really have a trusting, collaborative relationship with the building trades. At every turn, they've asked how they can be of assistance. They've been, quite frankly, cost-effective at times when people don't think they could possibly be, because they really are focused on that. So I would suggest that the building trades, and in our view, today's building trades, this collaborative, progressive model is really of value. I mean, it speaks for itself. We would not be entering into another project labor agreement with all new construction on the largest project anywhere on the globe unless there was some trust and faith there.
The Global Foundries project is just one example of the building trades' commitment to our partners. In some cases, we've been able to assist our owner partners in securing financing for their projects.
We're open for business. We not only can build a job with the best trained people, with the people that you need at any given time, but through our new initiatives, we can help knock down whatever political obstacles you have, whatever financing. Again, we have the power in financing.
Whether it's Ulico's J for Jobs, the HIT-BIT programs, individual international unions have their own pension funds and their own investment trusts where they go out and they engage with developers and owners and mayors and city councils to provide a financing option for a job.
A partnership with America's building trades unions means a commitment of all our resources to benefit both entire industries as well as individual companies, organizations, and public agencies.
We recognize in order for those industries to be successful and prosper and invest money in construction that we have to be involved.
Without our contractor partners, we don't have any jobs created. Without building relationships with our owners, we're not creating new opportunities going forward. So we have to partner with our employers. We have to partner with our owners.
These partnerships drive us and define our motto.
The value on display every day means something, from the leadership down to the members, and you've got to perform. You got to hold yourself accountable. Your peers have to hold you accountable for what you do.
From providing a skilled workforce to legislative and regulatory expertise and financing, the building trades unions are truly a value-added partner when it comes to the construction process.
Time is money in the construction business, even for the biggest owners in the world. And where we can bring value to help expedite that process and get them shovels in the ground quicker, we save them money on the back end, get their facilities built, and that's the quicker they can start pushing product out the front door and start making money. To talk to the folks that have had that experience, from Global Foundries to Toyota to many others, and say, you know, why are you doing all your work with the building trades? Well, this is why. They're a value-added partner. They add to our bottom line.